I was invited to partake in a budget build. We are taking PowerWheels and turning them into basically go-karts. If I can't get this thing to get faster off the line, I don't think I'm gonna win. So I'm gonna make the adjustments that I gotta make, and then we'll see from there. Probably should get this thing running tip-top, make sure my chain is all tensioned. Probably should, but I don't want to, because the mechanic part of me doesn't really care at the moment. I just want to get this thing looking sweet. So I'm going to jump ahead. Obviously I will go back and we will fix this, but alright, so right now all I have left to do besides get the motor dialed in is I need to mount my gas tank and get my steering controls figured out. So that's what we're working on. So right now this thing just looks like a death spike, and I'm just, you know. So I gotta figure out where I want the handlebars. And I'm worried about the weld snapping, because I'm not the best. Yes. Am I worried about it not being lined up? Yes. But here we are. So I want to figure out about where I want the steering wheel, and I'm gonna say probably around in this vicinity. You probably feel the most comfortable. Somewhere around there. So I want the steering wheel grips up there. For the steering wheel, I want some curvature that kind of goes on both sides. And I don't have any type of pipe bender, but I do have 3/4 inch conduit. And I borrowed a conduit bender, which I guess is kind of like a pipe bender. It is a pipe bender. Not what I would need for, you get it. So I've never used one of these before. But we are about to try for the first time to try to get two complete semi-curved arches that are the same. So the plan for the steering controls is I'm going to take the original handlebars, I'm going to cut them off right here, I'm going to weld these two moon-shaped pieces to here so I can hold it like this and be able to move it. If you're wondering what this little guy is right here, this is for the throttle control to slip over and put on here, because these pipes are two different diameters, so I was able to get this pipe in here. I'll weld that eventually. Slip that in, I'll be able to throttle control and still have my brake control on the one side. So I'll just cut this and hopefully weld these into place. So I wasn't sure the best way to get this thing so it would feel centered and feel good. So I'm just going to, I did what I could, measurements. I'm just going to tack it in and then see how it feels, and that way I can make adjustments if need be. Here is the steering setup, throttle, brake. Feels like all I've been doing is cutting parts off of the little Barbie Jeep, but I need to cut this last section of the seat out because I want to slide that gas tank up a little bit underneath it just to kind of make it look prettier. This hopefully is the last part of the Jeep I need to cut for now. So my gas tank is going to slide into here. I'm going to mount it right there. Now to mount it, there's 4 holes underneath here. I'm just going to take some angle iron, drill 2 holes up here, weld it to the frame that you probably can't see right there, and then just some bolts, and that will hold my gas tank in. And then after that, just a couple of little things here and there before we can actually go and test ride this thing for real. Okay, I've had a lot of issues. This supposedly will fix them, just like supposedly a bigger sprocket was going to fix my issues. What I've ordered now is I've ordered a torque converter. Where are we at on budget? Unknown. But this is a necessity if this fixes the issue I'm having. I don't even know how much the issues I'm going to show in this video. But this needs to happen. I think from what I've read online, a torque converter is the better setup than a centrifugal clutch. So hopefully this will work. Also hoping that I can put back the small sprocket. So if I can put the small sprocket back on, that will actually put me under budget. So first time I tried to test drive this thing, it got me nowhere. Clutch started smoking. Went online, I was told to get a bigger sprocket. I got a bigger sprocket, tried it again, and still wouldn't go anywhere. Clutch was getting way too hot. I was told to stop screwing around and just go torque converter. So I have the bigger sprocket and I have the torque converter on. I've never done a torque converter, so hopefully I got this thing installed right. And of course it's raining right now, but I still need to tighten stuff up, so I can't go real hard on this thing, but I at least want to see if it's going to work. All right. Okay. Couple things need to work on. Getting that steering a little better. Need to cut out some more spots right here. And brakes. Alright, first real test drive went actually really well. Yes, I did fall out at one point, but I figured out the issue because I couldn't steer. And the issue is I'm sitting up too far back and too high. So I need to adjust the seat to sit lower and farther forward. Because I rode it without the seat on it, and I was crotching up against the gas tank, and I was able to turn a lot better, and it was actually more comfortable being lower down like that. So I got to adjust and modify the seat, but other than that, I think it's just time. It'll be time to tear it down and paint it and get it all actually buttoned up and really welded. But this thing is a ton of fun, like a ton of fun. And I know I look stupid. Ton of fun. So I'm gonna try to notch the seat back around this and try to lay the seat as flat as possible. One of the last things I needed to do was I needed to add a kill switch to this thing, because as I learned from having lack of brakes, kill switch is important. So all I did was I just took some plastic that I cut off the back of the seat, drilled a hole, ran my wires, got my kill switch in. So I'm going to weld what I believe is the final step in metal fab. It might be the most important. I'll show you when I'm done. So when I bought this PowerWheel, it came with a radio. So I really wanted to be able to keep the radio in this. I thought it was really cool. But as you can see, I completely destroyed my dashboard. So I just welded that bracket in, and then eventually, when the body's off, I'll have to actually drill the holes to really mount it. But, I mean, the thing actually works. Volume works with it. So, I'm pretty excited about that. That was the last thing I think we got to do here. So, I'm going to ride this thing a little bit more. I'm going to just make sure everything is still solid, and then we'll tear it apart and get it pretty. Alright guys, I think that's going to wrap this video up. We've got it together, we've got it running, we've got it usable. So next video, we're going to tear it completely back apart. We're going to repaint it, finish the welding it, and then we'll take it for some more test runs before the race. If you guys want to see that, make sure you subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the next one.